Russian tactical aviation in Ukraine lost the feeling of a safe rear area towards the end of 2023, and in December suffered some of the heaviest losses in a very short period of time. The AFU General Staff reported that Russia lost 46 combat aircraft in Ukraine in 2023 alone, without accounting for friendly fire incidents, crashes on Russian territory, and unexplained occurrences at Russian airfields in the rear area. Initially, in the first days after the invasion, the Russian command claimed full control of the airspace over Ukraine, stating that Ukrainian air defense had been neutralized. However, by the end of 2023, it became perilous for Russian aviation not only to stay in the airspace of the occupied territories but also in their own, and on their airfields. The end of 2023 changes the balance of power in the airspace, in which Russian aviation used its virtually limitless stockpile of guided bombs, in non-stop mode with minimal risks for both pilots, and the machines themselves. This factor not only restrained the advances of the Ukrainian defense forces, but also allowed Russian forces to advance more effectively, especially in the Bakhmut and now Avdiivka areas. But the loss of several planes at once within 1 week, forces the Russian command to urgently reconsider the strategy of using tactical aviation. What is important is that so far, there has been no official information about how Russian aircraft were shot down deep in the occupied territories or over the Black Sea. It is unlikely that it will appear in the near future, because it is not in the interests of the Ukrainian army to disclose exactly what means are used to counter Russian aircraft. In turn, Russian profile platforms and propagandists express their versions. The most popular assumptions are the use of Patriot SAMs, as well as the appearance of F-16 fighters in Ukraine earlier than previously announced. In general, both versions have a right to life. For example, the range of Patriot missile defense targets depends on the modification of missiles. For example, MIM-104D, it leaves 160 kilometers, which is fully consistent with the depth of the rear of the temporarily occupied Kherson region, where the Russian Su-34 were shot down. Similarly, the F-16 could well have used air-to-air missiles, which with the support of long-range radar detection aircraft, can effectively hit targets at distances of more than 100 kilometers. But again, these are only versions. Versions that confirm that the Russian air forces did not have full control of the airspace in Ukraine, and still do not have it, and even more by the end of 2023 it became unsafe for them to operate even over the temporarily occupied territories. In 2023, the actions of Ukrainian maritime drones forced the Russian Black Sea Fleet to flee Crimea. It is possible that in 2024 Russian aviation will be forced to completely redeploy to the territory of Russia itself, and it is not a fact that the close rear area for Russian aerospace forces will also be safe for them.